Yeah.
Or the woman will say, you know what, I'm not going to cook for you anymore. But getting angry does not mean stop being responsible.
I see.
That's not what it means. You can be angry, might not be happy about what the person did, but once you are married, you must still fulfill your marital responsibility.
And some women have argued that that particular act, that marriage responsibility, the act, it is such that when you don't have that trust, it is difficult to do it and be participatory.
That is why I talked about knowledge. That's why I said it's based on our understanding of what marriage is all about. Everyone has a different level of understanding and the value they place on what marriage is. I hear things that really bothers me. Before people marry, oh, if he does anything, I'm just going to leave the marriage. Later thing, I'm just going to leave, because you don't really know what you are getting yourself involved.
I see.
I've never seen anybody say you are no longer going to be my mother or brother again, because you offend me. We can get angry, but when you are at the hospital dying, I'll come visit you.
I see. Ms. Helen, at what point would you want to call it quit? And what would bring you back to a relationship? He's offended you. At what point would you want to say that, well, he's done this over and over and over again, and so I can no longer have him, and I want to get out? And again, at what point or at what level will you come back into a relationship?
Okay, this is it's a big question, but...
Is it difficult to answer?
Yeah, but okay, I think, first of all, you did it several times, continuously. I asked for a quit. I'm the emotional type. I easily get hurt. Little stuff really gets me very offended. And so, to answer your question, I think coming back
will be difficult.
Yeah.
No matter what he does.
Yeah, because you had that opportunity to like make things right between us, but then you decided to let things go. Like, you hurt me continuously and I get tired. I just have to give up, because you make me lose that trust in the relationship and the hope I had that was going to get better. Because anytime you hurt me, I forgive you, I build a different trust. You break it, you hurt me.
At that point, you quit.
Yeah.
And nothing will bring you back. So for you, forgiveness is vague. It doesn't move around your heart.
No, what I mean is, you offended me several times, and I forgave you. Like, I forgave
several
you
times,
several times,
and yet
you still go ahead to offend me. Meaning, it's deliberate. Like, it's just as simple as that. You know what really hurts someone, and you continue doing that. What are you trying to tell the person?
I see. Pastor, we should not leave room for that.
It depends on what. Some people do stuff based on immaturity. They are acting that way, they behave like that because they are very immature.
It keeps happening.
It keeps happening based on their immaturity. This is how Jesus put it. If someone sins against you 7 times, forgive the person 77 times 7 times, which is very difficult. But
it can't be done.
It can. That is where I was trying to explain.
Miss Lena just told us that she can't do it.
that was why I was explaining the foundation of forgiveness, which is love. Love is a person, love is God. When love flows through your heart, it becomes very easy to forgive. To who is forgiven much loves more.
Okay.
Forgiveness also creates a room to expand the capacity of your love. If, let's say, you and our sister here, you are owing me $50,000 and she's owing me, let's say, $200. And if you guys don't pay me my money within a week, I'm going to arrest you. And I come one day and I'm like, you know what? I've forgiven you. You don't have to pay anymore. You don't have to pay. Who do you think will love me more?
Oh, I see.
You will love me more. So
because I owe you so much.
You owe me so much. So sometimes when someone offends you to a certain degree and the person is remorseful, right, and you forgive the person, it opens the capacity of that person to love you more. That is what Jesus said.
Yes, say it. But then what?
My problem is, it's so continuous, like you do it for
It
the
keeps
first
you
time.
caring.
Yeah, and I don't know. And you make me feel I don't deserve to be happy in that relationship.
You can't accommodate him. No matter what he's done, you can't accommodate him.
It would depend.
Miss Helen, you've broken my heart. Pastor,
I understand
Pastor, so you understand
Because-
her.
I understand where she's coming from, but this is the situation. Love has a nature. Love has expectation. I've heard people talk about unconditional love, but personally, I don't believe there is anything like unconditional love, because every love has an
That's a
expectation.
condition.
If Jesus himself said, "If you love me," if it's a
love you
conditional
back.
clause, keep my commandment.
Okay.
If you will, for God so loved the world that he gave that whosoever believe. So for you to benefit from the love, there is a condition for it. You talked about birthdays, that if your boyfriend or your husband forgets your birthday, you get angry, because that is the expectation of love. So love has expectation, but love also have a language that forgives. It's a nature that forgives. It is painful and it is difficult to deal with someone who keep offending you over and over and over
We
again.
can't cure it. Like Michelin is saying,
You
we
can.
can't cure it.
You can, depending on the love you have for the person.
Okay.
That love has the power to also change that person. That's why I say love is mostly misunderstood. It is the most potent and powerful force ever. Unless, I don't know, I explained 4 types of love. It depends on the type,
The type of love
you have for that
Let me
person.
put this question to
Pardon?
Naya. Were you going to react to Pastor's comment?
I wanted to use a friend's situation as
Okay,
an
quickly.
example. I had this friend, and then she was going out with this guy. The guy already had about 2
Two other
girlfriends.
friends?
Yeah, girlfriends, like serious girlfriends aside her. And then the guy promised her everything. He does everything for the girl to know, like, he really loves her, and the girl was so much into him as well. But then there's the situation whereby
There are 2
he
others.
keeps, he keeps, and I don't know how he goes about it, but then he does everything so equal. He does this with her, she goes to do this with the other, she comes to the other, he comes to the other, and I don't know, I was just imagining or thinking of how he was able to do all that. And then he comes, he offends you, you find out he did this with the other girl, you question him, he tells you this, that, I'm sorry.
He
He
tries
goes
to
to the other
explain.
girl, he does the same, goes to the other girl. So what are you trying to tell me?
I see.
So it's kind of difficult.
I see. So for you, there is nothing that can be done to mend that heart for you to come back.
That's if you're ready to let things go, like everyone go, your
Okay.
focus should be me,
Okay.
just me, then we can.
Pastor, should couple, I'm sure you wanted to react to what Miss Lynn said, but before you can do that, should couple resort to divorce because of the lack of forgiveness?
Yeah. Before
Yes, before
I
that.
understand exactly what my sister is saying here. That is a very serious situation, and you don't married yet. What you gave, they're not married
They're
yet.
not
Yeah.
married yet.
The essence of relationship is for me to get to know you and find out if I will be able to spend the rest of my life with you.
Okay.
But if you keep breaking trust and I can't trust you, how can I live with someone I don't trust? You know,
Is it
that
also
does not
possible
mean
that
I've not forgiven
the
you.
young man was trying to find which of the 3 he can live with?
It can't be
But
possible. No,
integrity,
why?
integrity is very important. You know, you cannot do that and expect a lady to trust you.
Exactly.
And trust is very key when it comes to marriage.
Sure.
You know, now the issue of divorce. Jesus gave reasons why we should divorce. He said when there is infidelity. The scriptures gave when there is infidelity. But even that one, he said if you have the strength to forgive,
Okay.
forgive. You know, so in the heart of God is not that we should divorce. There are many marriages that could have been saved if we knew how to fix the problem,
Forgiveness.
to forgive. You know, as I gave 50 years of marriage, somebody would do something so bad within that 50 years that you will want to quit. But if you are able to forgive, there is this couple that I know, I've never seen any marriage go through that level of problem before. We talk about abuse, we talk about I mean, whatever bad thing you can think of. But this lady and this woman said, for the sake of my children, I will stay. Now, within 2 to 3, 4, I think 4 years, she went through hell in that marriage.
And yet she stayed.
She stayed. And now, as I'm talking, they are having the best of marriages. You know, I always tell myself that if my parent had divorced, I don't think I would be where I am now. If my parent had divorced, we would have been very miserable as their kids, you know. But there is a place of endurance. There is a place of how do you call it, learning how to forgive, to let go, for the sake of purpose and destiny. But I know there are exceptions to all this, because not everyone has the capacity to be able to endure certain things and hold on.
I come to you for your last words, but let me pick Michelin's last words. And then, so for the young ones who are trying to build relationships, of course, you've spoken about how key forgiveness. Pastor has spoken about it. What would be your advice? Forgiving and staying in a relationship and trying to correct the partner in order to develop it into what you wanted it to be. What would be your advice for the young ones around?
Okay, I think first of all, you have to know how far you want the relationship to get to, and then if you think your man really wants you and you're the only one he wants and he's ready to get far with you, then I think you just have to keep calm. You bear with him, you correct mistakes, you forgive him, you try to make him a better person.
You stay strong in it.
Yeah.
Pastor, your final words for a couple who are running through difficulties and find it difficult to forgive each other.
I think there are certain cases only God can help you.
Oh, I see.
We don't deny the fact that situations really get tough. And some of these stories, when you hear them, especially when there is abuse, when the man has used the face of the woman as a boxing something, you know, such situations, it's not everyone who will be able to stand. They will quit. What if he kills me? But as a pastor, I know there are spiritual influences when it comes to marital situations.
And you would never ask for a divorce for a couple, I'm sure.
No pastor will really ask for a divorce, but there are things that takes a natural course.
Right.
You will do your best to, it's like no doctor will just give up on a patient to die. They will do their best to, how do you call it?
Bring back the life in that patient.
The life in that person. But if it demands death, then they let go. But I will advise that we should not easily quit. We should fight through, because there are battles and there is a reward for every battle that is fought. When you are able to win this marital battle, no matter how bad it is, you'll be amazed that at the other side, you will have the best marriage.
Pastor said Amwa Boateng is a senior pastor at the Victory Faith Chapel International, Florida, United States, and Michelin Anaya Owusu-Ansah is a student at the University of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm grateful for your time this morning, and I'm sure those who have listened to you will have a lot to learn this morning. Grateful, and have a great weekend.